Okay, we're gonna do today a coctel de camaron. It's a shrimp soup. Basically, that's what it is. There's different kinds, but I'm gonna show you today the ones that the one that I eat, the one that my mama taught me. Okay. So we're gonna cut off the ends of the cucumber. There's the different ingredients are at the beginning of this video. So if you need to pause the video and go back and check out the list of the ingredients that you need, go ahead and do that now. Okay, so we're gonna cut off the ends of the cucumber. We're gonna peel it. We're gonna chop it up real nicely. Right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash the celery and the carrots because we're also gonna chop it up. We're gonna cut the ends off the celery, and we're gonna chop it. Not too small, not too fine. Just like this. Okay? Because we wanna add some chunks of vegetables. We wanna make it real. It's gonna taste really good, but it's also gonna be very nutritious. Right now all I'm doing is I'm just cutting this up so that not too small. Because we wanna have some, we want it chunky. So we're gonna dice the cucumber that's gonna go in the caldo later, in the soup later. But we want to have it ready so that once we sit down and eat, we don't have to worry about chopping it anymore. So you can make it as chunky as you want or as fine as you want. It really depends on how you like it. Be careful, don't cut yourself. Okay? We're gonna dice some onion. The onion, we're gonna add it at the end when our caldo, when our shrimp soup is ready. We're gonna add some onion if you like onion at the end, but also we're gonna saute some onion before we start cooking the actual broth, so that it gets richer, bigger flavor. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm cutting up the onion so I can dice it finely. And like I've mentioned before in my other videos, I'm not a pro, so I just cut the onion like this. This is the way I cut the vegetables. So if you know a better way, by all means, go for it. This is just the way that I do it. So I'm not professional. We're gonna take a bunch, about that much, because we're gonna use this for the broth. The rest we're gonna chop it up and leave it raw, just like when we did in the tacos. We're gonna chop it up real finely. Okay, so that we add it at the end. If you like a little extra cilantro flavor when we're done with our soup, with our shrimp soup, you can add this with the cucumber and with the onion at the end. This other bunch, we're going to use it for the broth, to cook the broth. So we got some lime, cilantro, cucumber, and onion that we're going to use to add at the end when the soup is all ready, to give it an extra flavor and an extra kick to the soup. Okay, so now we're going to saute some onion and some celery in the slow fire with the oil that I showed you earlier. We're gonna need a can also of tomato sauce, and I'm making a mess, and a bottle of clamato juice. Okay, now we're gonna use that after we saute the onion and the celery. We're also gonna add, when we make the broth, we're gonna add some cilantro, the bunch of cilantro that I showed you earlier, and we're gonna add the carrots for the broth. Okay, we're gonna a big pan, a big pot. We're gonna start on low fire. Huge pot. Okay, well, this is where we're gonna put our shrimp and our soup and stuff. But we're gonna start off with a tiny bit of oil. Where we're gonna saute the celery and the onion in. Okay, so that's what we're starting with right now. We're gonna add it up. Maybe we're gonna put the fire just a little bit. Just like that. We're gonna stir it up. Beautiful. So we're gonna slow cook it, saute a little bit in the big pot for a little bit, just until it browns just a tiny little bit. And we're gonna add also the celery. You can see the onion simmering a little bit, and you can actually smell it already. It smells real good already. So once it starts simmering like this, just leave it for a tiny little bit so that it browns up a little bit, and then we're gonna add the celery. Okay, now we're gonna add the carrot. Okay, so we're softening it up a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna saute it in there. Real nice. Okay, so we got an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. We're gonna pour the whole thing into the pot. Just like that. Pour the whole thing in. Okay, now check it out. The tomato is simmering a little bit. The tomato sauce that we just put in, okay, just a minute ago, and it smells incredible already. So, mama said that you have to make it with love so that it tastes good. Okay, now we're gonna add the water. Okay, we're gonna add water. Okay, we added the water, about a gallon. We're gonna add a little bit more because we have 6 pounds of shrimp. And don't worry, it's not too much. Mama thinks it's too much, but she's wrong. I'm right. Okay, a little watery. Remember, we're gonna add some clamato juice also. So that's gonna give it another taste. But we want to make sure that we have enough water to where depending on the amount of shrimp that you're using, you want to have enough water to be able to cook it in. So we got some clamato juice that we're gonna use. Normally we do half clamato juice and half V8 vegetable juice. However, this time we forgot our V8 juice, so of course we're just gonna use clamato. So instead of using a small one like this, 32 flowing ounces of clamato and then the same amount of V8, we're just going to use one big jug, which is 64 ounces, FLOZ, of the clamato juice because we forgot the V8, but we're going to add this at the end. Okay, so right now we're going to add salt and cilantro to our caldo. So, a chunk of salt. You make a cup with your hand. If you have huge hands, don't make a full cup. Of course, you mix it in real nice. I'm gonna put the fire up just a tiny little bit because we want this to boil. Start boiling it. Okay, so now we just covered our pot because we want this broth to boil. Okay, as soon as it starts to boil, we're gonna add our cilantro into the boiling pot, okay, and then we're gonna add our shrimp. As soon as the shrimp starts to boil, then we're gonna add our clamato. We're gonna add the whole thing, okay. So just to kind of give you an idea of the steps that we're taking here. We're going to make sure we wash our shrimp. We got here about 6 pounds of shrimp, approximately, and you're just gonna wash it. You're gonna leave the shell, because the shell is gonna be part of what's gonna give the extra flavor to the broth. Okay, so it's boiling. We're gonna add the cilantro. Where'd it go? There it is. So we got the cilantro in there now, and also we're going to add the shrimp. This is a very, very, very fast meal. My helpers are gone. Be careful, because if the water jumps out, it'll burn you. Okay, 6 pounds of shrimp. My Juanitas fell asleep. My Marias. I think we're gonna need maybe a little bit more water, but for right now, this is good. As soon as the shrimp boils, we're going to add the clamato. I'm stabbing it because we'll make sure that everything goes underwater. We're gonna send them swimming. Okay, put the lid on. We're gonna let it boil. When it boils again, we're going to add the clamato. The shrimp already starting to smell good, but it's not yet ready. It's not yet boiling. You see the shrimp is starting to cook. It cooks fairly fast. It's not yet ready. So we're gonna wait for this broth to start boiling again. And we're gonna add the clamato to it. So you wanna keep checking on it periodically. Okay, now it's boiling. Gonna shake the clamato juice really well, and now we're gonna dump it. Todo it. We're gonna dump the whole thing in there. And now we're gonna let it boil again. Okay, now this time when it boils, we're gonna taste it to make sure that it tastes good. See if it needs some salt or see if it needs anything. Okay, that's pretty much it. We're just gonna let it boil. My Lupes are sleeping again. Okay, this is ready. Look how beautiful this looks. So we're gonna grab some shrimp. Now see, made enough to have lunch right now, dinner later, and breakfast tomorrow, and lunch again, maybe. Okay, so just like that. So now we're gonna add just a little bit of
cucumber.
Oh, cucumber, and then a little bit of cilantro, just like this, and a little bit of onion, not too much because we don't want our breath to stink. We're gonna add some ketchup. I like to add a little bit of ketchup. And we're gonna add a little bit of tapatio sauce, just like that. And a lot of lime. A lot of lime. Because this is really the fine-tuned details of your soup. Oh my God, my mouth is watering.